This video is about internet. So what is internet? What is it? Everybody knows. Everybody uses internet these days in mobile, smartphone. Everything is connected to internet. It is basically we cannot have a life. We cannot imagine a life without the internet. We are so connected to internet. What is the exact technical meaning of internet? It is the largest network in the world that connects hundreds of thousands of individual networks all over the world, or it is a network of computers which links many different types of computers all over the world. So basically, internet is something which has data centers all over the world in some of the main locations, which is very secure, which stores all the data of the internet. And every single computer which has access to the internet is indirectly connected to these data centers to access the data. Every computer, if you want to send information from your computer to another computer, it surely travels through the pipelines under the seas to those data centers, and it is again transferred to the computer which you want to send the information to. So that's basically what internet is. The first network, okay, internet is a network. We can say that a network of computers. So the first network created was ARPANET. It is the first one originally developed by the Department of Defense and had only 4 sites in 1969. So we have the date. It is 1969. It was ARPANET was only for the government purposes. It was so private, very secure. Nobody knows about it. Only the defense and the military used it. And then in 1989, the US government lifted restrictions on the use of internet and allowed its usage for commercial purposes. So soon after the ARPANET, there were many networks which came up like NPL network, ARPANET, Merit networks, Cyclades, EXA25 and public data networks, UUCP and Usenet. So these all were only for the private purposes used by governments of various places like Europe, Asia, etc. So these all networks were merged up, had data centers, and people were allowed to access the internet. That's it about the first networks which led to the internet. Now the internet is also known as the World Wide Web, www, which we have before every website if you have noticed. So the World Wide Web, it is the most popular and promising method of organizing and accessing information on the internet. So internet has websites, web pages. Every web page has the information which you want to access. These web pages have what you say as a URL. A URL is kind of an address for every website which you want to access. So when you type a URL, you would just go to that particular website or the web page which you want to see. So that is done by only the World Wide Web. It was an idea when all the first networks were mixed up and the internet was created. Not only the websites are given addresses like URL, but even the computer, every device connected to the internet is given a specific address known as the TCP IP protocols. That's it about the www. Now, how do you access the information on the internet, or how do you access the internet? Basically, a person can access the internet, but it is not possible with a layman. A layman doesn't know all the coding, programming, everything to access the internet. So then came up the browsers. These browsers like Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Safari, Opera Mini, etc. All these, to use a computer as a web client, a user needs to load on a special software tool known as www browser. Uh, and browser provides following navigation details. They do not require a user to log into a server computer, enable a user to visit a server's computer site directly and access information on it by specifying its URL. That's a URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. Enable user to create and maintain a personal hotlist of favorite URL. Maintain a history of server computers visited by user in a surfing session. Enable a user to download information in various formats. Now, okay, you got a browser and you want to search information. So the basic information to search on the internet is a very big process again. You need to have the website's data of every website you wanted. So everything winded up from the search engines. There are various search engines. Most famous one, Google. Everybody knows it's a phrase. It's a very common phrase. And other search engines are like Bing, DuckDuckGo, Yahoo, etc. There are many. The list is not exhaustive. So what does an internet search engine do? Internet search engine is an application which helps users to locate websites containing useful information and references. So user actually gives a keyword. You give a keyword, Google, and Google actually what it does is it searches for the keyword all over the internet, all over the websites, and gives you the most relevant information to you. To search information, a user types the description of the information using the user interface of the search engine. The search engine then searches the requested information on the www and returns the result to the user. Results enable the user to locate the requested quickly from the vast ocean of information available on the internet. So that's it about the search engines. Finally, I want to end with a quote. The internet is like alcohol in some sense. It accentuates what you would do anyway. If you want to be a loner, you can be more alone. If you want to connect, it makes it easier to connect. By Esther Dyson. So internet, it's everybody knows about internet nowadays. The 4G, the 5G is about to come. That's it. And thank you. I'm Jagan of EB0 to Batch. Thank you.